Well, hello everybody. Doing something a little different today. Today, in honor of Halloween, I want to build a witch house. We are here on my Let's Play world, and there are some woods just north of my base that I think would be perfect for this type of project. So now when I say witch house, I'm imagining a tiny, creepy, twisted little building that children in fairy tales might run across. All right, this is the spot right here, and my base is just over there in the distance, so not very far away. And it's not going to be a very big building. It's going to be very tiny. So let me grab some materials and I'll kind of narrate what I'm doing as I do it. We're primarily going to be building with stone and cobble. And we're going to use a lot of this mossy variety because I think it looks really weathered and dilapidated without looking too like evil. I don't really need to go for that. I don't think we want a really evil looking building. We just want a creepy looking building. I think it's going to be 7 wide, and then we'll probably do 4 deep. It's going to be a teeny tiny building. Like I said, I don't want it to be too imposing or to look like this big, fortress over in the forest. I just want it to be a little unassuming, spooky little building. Here, let's replace these with the stone. There we go. That looks better. It's not going to be super tall either. I think it'll maybe be 3 blocks tall, like that. Yeah, that looks great. So let me finish this up a little bit. I think we'll have some windows in here as well. There we go, coming along. Now, when I think of a witch's house, like a Hansel and Gretel type witch, I think of really sharply peaked roofs, very European inspired. And that can be really tricky in Minecraft. So let me build up the rest of the cobblestone here, and then we'll see if we can fit a roof on that. All right, so that is a very steep roof. That is going to be a little bit tricky to get to work, but I think we can do it. All right, I'm going to use netherrack as a temporary block. And the roof will hang over, I think, 1 block. So right here, what we're going to do is a block like that. And we're going to use a little bit of a mix of dark oak and spruce, because I think that'll look kind of weathered, kind of tore up a little bit. I think it'll be a cool look. The trick with making it steep is kind of laying stairs on top of each other like that. That is about as steep of a curve as you can make in Minecraft. We're going to do the same thing over here. Let's see, we need to face that way, like so. And there will be a little bit of a roof here, so. And then once we get up on top, there we go. You can kind of see what's happening here. Let me work on this and get the roof going, and we'll do that in the form of a time lapse. Right, there it is. That looks really great, I think. It's really tricky to make a very steep roof, especially on this small of a scale. So what I did is I made just a nice simple roof, and then I made a really sharply peaked roof that went all the way across the top. It does look a little weird directly head on because you get like this really severe transition right here. But if you get on any sort of angle, I think it looks really cool. And then I did some slabs and then an upside down stair to really kind of sell that scoop at the top there. Yeah, so far so good. I think that's looking really fun, very cool. So we're going to do a nice spruce door. And then in the windows, what I'm going to do is some oak trap doors that are closed back a little bit. And I think that adds a nice look. And so we're going to do those on the back as well. And this window is 3 across. There we go. I think we're going to do some like shutters on the side here. I think that looks very nice. And on the side, we're going to make some closed windows so that you can't see in. Do that on this side as well. There we go. That looks nice and spooky. Then we'll do a nice lantern outside here so that we have some light. And then we're going to do some wooden buttons here to add a little bit of detail to the facade here. With a building this small, it's tricky to get a lot of detail in there. And so like things like this, where we add some buttons that give a little bit of like texture to the corner, that kind of thing goes a long way. So I think we're going to do that all the way around on the corners here. And it just gives like the feel that there's a little bit more to the construction of the building. Adds a little bit of interest as you go around it. Yeah, I think that looks cool. While I'm thinking about it, we're going to run up on the roof here, and we're going to put some pressure plates on these guys here, just so that we don't get anything spawning up there. I don't think anything's going to spawn on the stairs, and definitely not on the slabs, so that should spawn-proof the entire roof. All right, I think that pretty well does our exterior. We've got a couple of nice little details in here just to add some interest. We have the mixed mossy and non-mossy blocks. Got a lantern, some shutters. Got this really goofy roof. We've got our closed blinds on the sides and then our nice shutters on the back. I just think that looks really great. So let's add an interior here. I'm going to dig out the floor and add some wood planks here. A little mix here. There we go. Up top here, I'm going to add some fences as though they were rafters, just to add a little bit more structural interest. There we go. And then I think I'm going to hang a light over here. Let's put a little shelf and maybe a flower pot on the shelf. No witch house would be complete without a cauldron, so we'll put one of those there. Let's see, I'll give up one of my little warped mushrooms there. And then let's put a picture on the wall of some warped roots. Looks nice and witchy. And then of course, even witches need to sleep, so we'll put a bed over here, like that. Yeah, I think that looks like somewhere that a nice little witch would live. Very cool. Just a couple last steps. I'm going to add a little bit of Podzol to give the sense that the outside hasn't maybe been taken care of or is also a little bit worn. I'll kind of do that around outside here. There we go, and then we'll do a little bit of this. We'll knock the flowers out of there so we just get the tall grass. Nice. All right, and then we'll just plop a pumpkin down right there. And that, my friends, is a witch house. Very cool, very spooky. And what's fun about this type of thing for me is this is not the kind of building that I'm going to be using or visiting every day. But, you know, when I look out the window of my base over there, I'm going to see this thing, and it just adds a lot to the story of my little Minecraft world. You know, I just know that there's this spooky little house up in the woods over here. And if ever you are uninspired or bored with Minecraft, this sort of thing, I think, really kind of reinvigorates me to add more to the story of my Minecraft world. You know, if I build, you know, a fort from a battle that happened years ago that's just ruined, or maybe a statue that has fallen over, or you know, a bridge that you know, looks like it's ready to fall down. That sort of thing just adds a lot to the story of your Minecraft world. I just think that's very fun and very, very cool. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun and found this interesting. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.